Peace, peace, y'all. Today's edition, man, we made it. Life is motion. It's an in-motion picture. Everything in the universe is in motion. I read something in the Final Call. It was talking about the universal law, how the universe responds to motion. Anything in motion must come to order. First things first. It has to be motion. Then you have to bring it to order. You come up with a plan, right? You come up with a plan, an idea in your mind, in your mental. You know, I'm big on, mindfulness and awareness, consciousness, things of that sort, right? With distractions, the only thing that distractions do is really distract your motion, your mental capacity to focus in on whatever, the task is at hand. This higher version or the higher self, right, is in motion. It started with the thought, and then whatever plan, we set forth into getting into a rhythm, a good habit of sort, getting into motion, right? And that was the order. Stay in motion, stay in progress. We making progress. As long as it's self-improvement, each vote that wasn't to the good, or each, shortcomings, or each time, we don't succeed in, our daily routine or the daily ritual, or maintaining that daily routine, that daily ritual, the daily motion, it might not be a vote to the good, but it doesn't erase all the good work. The good work will prevail. You have more votes to the good work to win the majority. In essence, right? All motion is, it don't have to be perfect. All motion don't have to be perfect. That's not to give yourself a hard time or to kick your own behind. You just gotta keep working out, And it's a constant thing. It's a constant revamp. It's a constant reminder of, what we're doing, where it is that we're going, who it is that we be, who we are, right? Set your plan into motion and bring it to order. Constantly. It's a constant thing. Remain consistent in your endeavors. Okay, I'm big on telling your time. Telling your time what to do. Big on that. I'm big on telling your time what to do. Set up a routine, a ritual for yourself. To stay in that zone. And eventually it'll come to a flow state where as though you're doing things automatically that's to the good without even thinking about it. And that's motion. You know what I mean? And it's relevant towards, the higher or the highest version of yourself thus far. I mean, when you think about what it takes to make a negative a positive, it's constant work. I mean, coming from an idea where as though, everything that we known was kind of set forth, set into play for us. And that's really coming from behind. If you have no sense in motion other than that in which was set forth and set in motion for you. Hey, wake up at this, at this time, do this. Wake up and do this at these certain times. It's sort of like school, right? That gives you the basic foundation of how to be a robot, right? And not so much about what to put in motion about, yourself or your own well-being, for your higher self, or if there was a higher self and a lower self. Okay, you just know that, hey, for a certain amount of time, you kind of been on all of autopilot for about, speaking from, your first 12, 13 years, of living, like in a system of a school board or the government, right? You get out of school and then become an infant again. A lot of the times, that's the way it's designed. So I'm saying, from that rebirth or the reawakening, let's just call it that, the reawakening of self or that higher self, you first have to get a plan in motion, and then you put it in order. Everything is in motion. Which way are you going? It's a different in degrees of the polarity. You make a motion to the higher or the lower self, but you're never really sitting still. You're not sitting still. Everything is in motion. You bring it to order. Devote towards the higher polarity or the lower one. And it changes in degrees. The goal is to get 1% better daily. Just to get 1% better daily. You know what I mean? That over time builds up and give you the slight edge. Over time, it makes breakthroughs. Whereas though every vote, every good decision, every good choice, every good moment that you decided to tell your time what to do in a positive way, right, becomes the goal is to get that into a rhythm or a routine or a ritual, right, where it flows naturally. Over time, you'll come through with a breakthrough, but the vision or the plan has to be clear. It doesn't have to be validated. It doesn't have to be, you don't need permission to have a vision. No one is going to have the vision of your motion picture. You put your picture in motion. It's your movie, all right? And bring it to order. You bring it to order by having motion, positive motion, in the right direction, to the right polarity. Oh man, it's a beautiful thing. We should have courses in 12 years of visionary school, if you will. But these is things that we have to unlock these codes by ourselves. And it's a different code. You got to get this thing sharp, quick. I'm telling you now, in an instant, you can change your mind and change your life. Right then, right now. Right then and there, right now. If you choose to do something else, you change it right now. And the world is going to reflect and respond to it, to that motion. It doesn't matter what it is, So I'm gonna get off the game today, right? I'm gonna put aside these vices today, and I'm gonna do this said thing, whatever it is. And once you change your mind in motion, instead of doing that at this point in time, I'm gonna go and get active. I'm gonna go get the first step I'm doing. I'm going down here to the riverfront, and I'm gonna go get me a fitness club membership. And all that time spent, on the game, all that time I spent doing, whatever vices and doing this, I'm gonna be doing that instead, and put that plan into motion. It might seem like it's a little thing, but man, once the decision is made, you can change instantly. You're no longer that old version, that old played out version, that old expired version. You're a new version. And give it time. Over time, yeah, it's going to happen to it. It's going to happen. Yup. If you think about it, like, what could you have done with that information? What could you do with this information, 20, 30 years ago? You got it now. Time is now. What better time to be alive than right now? Best time to be alive. It's a beautiful thing, man. Everything is in motion. everything, which way it's going and all that. Listen, look inside, work on self. You know, we don't have to understand everything, but everything is in motion. Bring your motion to order. That's law. That's all law. At the end of the day, yeah, we're governed by the same natural laws. We're governed by the same natural laws. Man was made equally, not equal. Man, we made it, man. Hit that like and subscribe for the algorithm. Man, bring your emotion into order, man. Whatever it is, man. Make a choice, make that change today. You know what I mean? You don't worry about none of the afflictions until it's upon you. You know what I mean? Deal with the pain when we get there. And you avoided the part that hurt the most. Straight. You know, this world, this universe is a reflection of your thoughts, and these are your thoughts. You know, and in the biggest of ways, you are your thoughts, but your thoughts are yours. You own your thoughts. You know, you and your thoughts are not the same, but part of the same being. Part of, okay? And the universe is a mirror, or mirrors or reflects your thoughts, your emotion, and your mentality, and your perspective. Because that's the motion you put into order. Sort of like you get out what you put in. Your input is what you get out, right? So just think about it like, you know, in that way, you know, the reflection, you know, we don't see everything. We don't see everything that the news shows you, right? So protect your mind, your body, and your spirit, and your eyes as well. Because you'll start to manifest that. Your manifestation starts from internally, externally, inside out. And then whatever you put into motion is going to reflect from the universe. You know, my experience. You know, just take heed and be aware of that. You know what I mean? You can change the day right here to now. What better time is it than now to upgrade? You want to upgrade? Hey, man, right here, right now, the here and now, stay in the now, and upgrade and work it, man. Motion, man. Get in motion, man. You know, and your motion's your motion. My motion's my motion. You know what I mean? Don't try to do nobody else, man. You do you, and it's gonna be all right. It's your vision, man. It's your motion picture, man, starring you, man. And nobody have to be in your movie, but you know who you get a role to. You know what I mean? Who plays the best role, man? Who's beneficial? If it ain't beneficial, man, keep it. Straight up. If it ain't beneficial, I don't even want it. Straight, I don't want none of it. Keep it. Hold that. Yeah, man. I hope everybody have a truly wonderful, great everything, man. Stay in motion, man. The beginning. Peace.